Welcome back to the Vale Echo, where shadows of the past whisper their secrets to those who dare to listen. Tonight we journey into the heart of Greece, a land where myth and history merge, where the ruins of temples still pulse with the energy of forgotten gods. As the morning mist clings to the crumbling stones, the first light of dawn reveals what time could not erase: the silent remains of civilizations that believed their gods walked among them. High on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, the Oracle of Delphi once spoke words that shaped empires. Imagine standing before the temple at night, its marble columns flickering in torchlight, shadows stretching like restless spirits. Pilgrims came from across the ancient world, offering gifts and sacrifices, desperate for a glimpse of destiny. Did the oracle truly channel Apollo, or were her visions the work of something darker, something hidden deep within the stone walls of Delphi? From prophecy we descend into mystery. Beneath Crete lies the labyrinth, an endless maze said to imprison the Minotaur. The air inside is damp, echoing with every cautious step. Dark walls close in as faint lights reveal strange carvings etched long ago. In the stillness, the shadow of a beast seems to stir, its red eyes glowing in the gloom. Was the Minotaur merely myth, or the memory of something terrifyingly real, sealed away in underground chambers? Far above, Mount Olympus looms like a throne for the divine. Clouds swirl and storms gather as if the mountain itself is alive. Lightning cracks against its peaks, illuminating an otherworldly glow. Legends claim the gods feasted there, watching over mortals and waging wars of their own. Yet some believe Olympus holds more than just stories, it guards a truth never meant to be uncovered. And in forgotten chambers, ancient scrolls and maps rest upon stone tables, marked with cryptic Greek symbols that seem to flicker with faint light. Were these simply records of trade and conquest, or hidden instructions left by those who once wielded powers beyond our comprehension? Our journey takes us further still, beneath the waves of the Aegean. There lies a sunken city, its statues covered in seaweed, its columns leaning like silent watchmen. Divers report an unnatural stillness, as though the sea itself protects its secrets. Could this be the fabled Atlantis, or merely another fragment of history swallowed by the ocean? On the battlefield of Thermopylae, the spirits of warriors linger, cloaked in mist, their shadows etched against the land. Among them, a Spartan ghost stands guard, his presence both mournful and defiant, reminding us that Greece's mysteries are not only of gods but also of men who became legends. And so, the echoes of the ancient gods continue to resound in the ruins, in the storms, in the depths of the sea. They invite us to listen, to look closer, to wonder if perhaps the line between myth and reality has always been far thinner than we imagined. Beneath the blazing sunsets of Greece lies a past carved into stone, whispered by waves and guarded by shadows. Here every ruin hides a story, every fragment of marble carries the weight of legend. As twilight falls over the temple of Poseidon, the sea crashes against the cliffs with a force that feels alive. Fishermen once swore they saw glowing tridents rise from the waters, a sign that Poseidon still claimed dominion over his domain. Was it merely a trick of light, or the lingering presence of a god unwilling to be forgot? Deeper into the earth, caves yawn open across the islands, their entrances like gateways into another realm. Inside, glowing crystals illuminate walls marked with strange carvings. Were these sacred offerings or warnings etched by hands that feared something that dwelled beyond the mortal world? One can almost hear the whispers, as if the cave itself remembers secrets mortals were never meant to uncover. From the shadows emerges the Cyclops, the one-eyed giant of Greek lore. Towering over rocky landscapes, its glowing eye pierces the darkness like a watchful star. The myths speak of monsters, but what if they were echoes of a forgotten race, beings who walked the earth long before humanity claimed it? The statues of Hermes, cracked and ancient, seem to hint at such mysteries, their marble wings glowing faintly as if still imbued with divine power. The forests of Greece, too, hold their own enigmas. Among broken shrines and toppled columns, the moonlight filters through, bathing the ruins in silver. Masks lie half buried in the sand, their hollow eyes glowing as though something inside them still watches. Were they worn by priests in forgotten rituals, or by those who sought to channel the very gods themselves? Along the shores, the remnants of ancient shipwrecks rise from the sands, wooden beams splintered, artifacts glimmering beneath the tide. Each piece tells a tale of journeys that ended in silence. What treasures remain hidden beneath the waves, and what dangers guard them still? Some speak of voices heard near these wrecks, as though sailors long dead continue to call out across the centuries. But none compare to the priestesses of old, the oracles who once stood before fire and smoke, their eyes glowing white as they spoke in riddles. Imagine her there, holding a burning bowl, the smoke swirling upward and forming visions that blur the boundary between dream and reality. Were these divine revelations, or carefully woven illusions meant to control kings and warriors alike? And then, high above the sea, islands seem to float like fragments of another world. Ancient ruins rest upon them, glowing portals carved into their stone, suspended between reality and myth. Perhaps they were temples to gods long lost, or the remnants of Atlantis itself scattered into the sky. Every ruin, every shadow, every whisper in the wind reminds us that Greece is not merely a land of history. It is a place where legends breathe, where forgotten cities dream beneath the sea, and where the line between truth and myth dissolves with every passing tide. Beneath the surface of Greece's beauty lies a darker heartbeat, a rhythm woven through its myths and monuments. Step closer to the ancient statues and you'll see the cracks that tell stories not of time but of something alive within the stone. The statue of Athena, split and fractured, leaks with a strange blue light, as if the wisdom of the goddess was never truly silenced, only waiting to be released. The amphitheaters, once filled with laughter and the cries of actors, now stand in eerie silence. By night, ghostly figures flicker in the torchlight, seated as if the performance never ended. Could it be that the echoes of chance, tragedies, and offerings still cling to the very marble that held them? In every broken column and crumbling seat, the energy of forgot rituals lingers, reminding us that these places were more than stages. They were bridges between mortals and gods. Coins of gold and silver, once exchanged by kings, now rise into the air in strange visions. Ancient Greek drachmas glow as if charged with energy, symbols etched upon them shifting like living script. Were these currencies mere tools of trade, or did they serve as talismans carrying the blessings or curses of divine forces? Those who find such artifacts speak of sudden visions, dreams that blur past and future together. Out at sea, storms churn with unnatural fury. A single ship, battered by towering waves, struggles against the wrath of the Aegean. Then from beneath the depths, a glowing trident rises, shimmering with power. It is Poseidon's sign, a warning to those who dared to cross his domain. Sailors who survived these waters told tales of shadows beneath the waves, colossal shapes moving with purpose, as though the god of the sea still defended his realm against mortals who had forgotten his name. Beyond the storms lies a secret island, cloaked in darkness, its cliffs jagged and menacing. The ruins scattered across it glow faintly, symbols etched into stone shining against the night sky. They form constellations that mirror the heavens, a puzzle left unsolved for centuries. Could these markings be a map, a message from the gods, or perhaps a gateway to something hidden beneath the earth? Explorers who dared to enter spoke of voices carried on the wind, guiding or warning them to turn back. Here, Greece's greatest mystery is revealed. The land itself is alive, breathing through its myths, whispering through its ruins, calling to those willing to listen. From the fiery gates guarded by Cerberus to the silent depths where sunken cities dream, every stone and every wave holds a fragment of truth. And so we are left with a question: what if these legends were never just stories? What if the gods of Greece still walk among us, not as figures of myth but as shadows hidden in stone and sea?